Greetings, this is Deddrick T. Wilmer, congressional candidate for District 9. Just wanted to have some reflection on this past week. This weekend, of course, had the celebration of life of former mayor, state representative, and the late United States Congressman representing the 18th District, Sylvester Turner, and had an opportunity to fellowship at the church walls, which used to be Burke Hollow Baptist Church. Also to spend time at the Beth Synagogue right off of the Beltway Airport. Also to had opportunity to fellowship at Fort Bend Church with Byron Stevenson, my homeboy. He's straight out of the lab. I'm from Glen Oaks. If you ain't from Baton Rouge, you don't know about that life, like everybody says. So Byron and the First Lady, just much love to the family. Open up their arms to us, and also to we'll be fellowshipping with St. Mary and as well as St. Francis Xavier, and we'll finish out at Lily Grove. Of course, another homeboy, one of my dad's buddies from Eunice, and of course Pastor Terry Anderson. We'll be fellowshipping them with them on a church anniversary. So happy church anniversary to Lily Grove Baptist Church. Great congregation, serve a great community, and guess what? They're in District 9. So we are honored to be a part of the festivities and celebration of one of occasion. And that goes to what I want to talk about as far as unity and understanding, and talk about, of course, the plight in our country. Of course, Chuck Schumer is the senior Democrat leader, really true Democrat leader at this time. The media don't want to give him that ordained, but into my respect, I have always had mad respect for Chuck Schumer. He represents the days of making it happen. It's not about party. It's not about yourself. It's all about the nation. One thing about President Obama always said that, you can't get 100% of what you want in negotiation. That is something that I think that's essentials in life. And sometimes as leaders, I ain't gonna say leaders, but people who are elected, not hired. There's a difference between elected, selected, and hired. There's some people are selected, majority are selected. We see that here in Houston politics. A lot of folks who are selected, and majority are hired, are voted, and very few are hired. And I'm telling all the eligible voters, there's 747,000 residents that live in District 9, right over 400,000. They're actually registered voters. There's a big gap between the two outside of children. So your responsibility is to not vote for me, because I'm not privileged. I'm just like you. I go to work, I run a company, I took care of a son, put him through college, high school, elementary, pre-elementary, middle, high school, and beyond. He's doing well for himself and took sacrifices, and I couldn't do it by myself. His mother, family, friends, his friends, their family, all part of the process in creating our legacy. And it comes purely down to a hire. Every voter, you have that responsibility. You have that fiduciary responsibility given to by the Constitution, and also to the acts of it, which is part of the Voting Right Act. Give you an opportunity where is that you do not just vote and touch a pad or pull the lever. You actually have an opportunity to hire. Always remember that. I had to take my glasses off to say that. You're hiring me. Now, everybody else feel they're entitled to be elected because, they're smarter than you, and they're prestigious than you, and, they go to shoot ball with Jesus at the YMCA on a Wednesday afternoon. And so they have access to everything in the world, but you don't. So you need them. They don't need you. I need you. I need your prayers. I need your support, financial support. I need your spiritual support. I need your physical support. I need every support in the world, because I can't do this alone. My responsibility is to represent you, represent your business, represent your employer, represent your local, from the HOA to the MUD districts, to your county officials, to your local officials, to your state officials, all the way to Governor Abbott. That is my responsibility, is to work, build relationships, and establish. It's not about D's and R's. This is about Texas. And I know, of course, the media does a very great job. When I'm talking about media, I'm not talking about social media. That's unfiltered, as we all know. I'm talking about control media, which is your linear media sources. And their responsibility is to control the message, is to tell you to an alignment based on what you should believe and what you should follow. It create boogeymans out there, and boogeymans don't control your life. They control your mind if you let them live in your mind and your brain rent free, like the kids say. And, there's only one king. And the king that we all serve is Almighty God. He is the king. Kings of all kings. And through Christ, and also to whoever you decide to worship, and whoever your prophet is. So there's no human that exists today that runs your life. So regardless if you vote for D's, if you are for R's, people who are non-leaders are called politicians for themselves. They focus on party because they have no platform. If you go on www.wilmerfortexas.com or wilmerforcongress.com with Wilmer with an ER, you see the whole entire platform. Every topic I can imagine. I wish I could put more topics. But, of course, webpage be so much. It's not Wikipedia, but it's a reference to hot topics. And guess what? If you want to just chime in the comments and say, Deddrick, what about this topic or this issue? Trust me, I'm more to have the conversation. You can call me and we can have a conversation. What I can tell you, I tell to any media outlet. I had an interview with Fox. I went on Fox and had the whole interview. And, we didn't talk about the border and secure the border. And we didn't talk about, worrying about, athletes and with gender fluid situation, whatever that is. And we didn't talk about, other issues that's controversial to raise donations. Of course, we need donations, with all due respect. But we talk about real issues that evolve in your kitchen table. I had a conversation with a young lady going to get some lunch. I said, do you know what unemployment compensation is? And she said, I said, it's about $300-400 a week on a good week based on a specific state. I said, can you pay a mortgage? Pay your property taxes? Pay your homeowner insurance? Pay your renter's insurance? Pay your rent? Can you pay that nice Lexus that you're driving? With that compensation? No, it's not humanly possible unless you tap into savings or if they give you your servants. Something to think about. So that's what we need to focus on, is bringing not jobs, but careers. That is my responsibility as your next congressman that represent the 9th District. Peace, joy, and happiness. Let me leave this note that I didn't leave last week, but I always will share with you. Whatever you're going through in life, whatever your situation is, always remember that God always have your back. Regardless, he will always give you another second, minute, hour, day, week, month, year, decade, and hopefully another lifetime with him if you believe in him. And I'm going to leave this note to the story that Pastor delivered this and mentioned this, that said, hey, he's a great tipper. But a lot of people that I know growing up, my brother could tell you, working at Rafficat Cruise in Baton Rouge, that a lot of folks don't tip. But he had to work extra hard to get certain demographic to take care of him. You know what I'm talking about. I ain't got to repeat. But guess what? Because that's a tough show. But once you perform well, they're going to take care of you. But guess what happens? God is going to always tip well, regardless of the service that you provide. I want you to marinate on that. Thank you, and I love you all. Deddrick T. Wilmer, your next congressman, Texas District 9. Bye-bye.